Stop. Don't scroll. Aquarius. Listen carefully. This is not motivation. This is not comfort. This is a warning. January 18th new moon is not gentle. It is not peaceful. And it is not safe if you don't understand what's happening. Most people think a new moon is about wishing. That's false. This one is about exposure. And here's the terrifying truth. 99% of people will miss what activates tonight. Not because they aren't smart, but because they're distracted. And once this window closes, you cannot rewind it. You don't get a second chance. Because this new moon doesn't create energy. It reveals it. Read that again. It doesn't give you something new. It forces into reality what already exists beneath the surface. Meaning, whatever truth you've been avoiding, whatever feeling you buried, whatever desire you told yourself was unrealistic, it doesn't stay hidden anymore. This new moon drags it out, whether you're ready or not. That's why this night feels different. That's why your chest feels tight. That's why your mind won't shut up. You're not anxious. You're activating. And Aquarius, this is where it gets serious. Because this new moon doesn't affect everyone the same way. Some people will sleep through it. Some people will feel off and ignore it. Some people will distract themselves and miss it completely. But you, if you're watching this right now, if something pulled you here, if your intuition told you, don't skip this, you're not random, you're chosen. And before you roll your eyes, understand what that actually means. Being chosen doesn't mean life was easy. It means life was harder. It means you were delayed, you were misunderstood, you were tested early, you questioned yourself more than others, because chosen ones don't get comfort first. They get pressure first. And this new moon, it's the pressure release. But here's the part nobody tells you. Revelation is dangerous. Because once truth is revealed, you can't unsee it. You can't go back. You can't pretend anymore. That's why relationships will crack. That's why fake dreams will collapse. That's why comfort zones will feel suffocating overnight. This new moon doesn't ask politely. It demands alignment. And Aquarius, if you resist it, life will push harder. But if you move with it, miracles don't trickle in. They hit fast. Sudden clarity, sudden detachment, sudden opportunities, sudden endings that turn into blessings. This is not coincidence timing. This is timeline timing. And here's the most shocking part of all. This activation is already happening. You didn't come here by accident. You didn't randomly press play. Your energy was pulled here because your subconscious already sensed what's unfolding. That's how this works. The new moon speaks to the mind first, before reality catches up. And Aquarius, if you ignore this message, the cycle repeats. The delays continue. The confusion stays. But if you acknowledge it, even silently, something locks in. That's why I need you to do this now. Not later, not after the video, right now. Comment, I was meant to hear this, not for me, for you, because attention is energy, and energy decides outcomes during this new moon. Once you comment, you consciously step into the activation, and once you do, this video stops being information and becomes a trigger. Aquarius, don't blink, because what I'm about to reveal next is the exact reason this new moon can either change your life permanently or expose what was never meant to come with you. And trust me, the twist is coming. Everyone says new moon equals manifest. Say it out loud, sounds simple, sounds safe. But Aquarius, that's a lie, a comfortable lie. Because this new moon isn't about asking for something. It's about exposing what's already running you. Here's the truth. Nobody explains. Not astrologers, not influencers, not manifestation gurus. This new moon locks directly into your subconscious frequency, not your thoughts, not your words, not your vision board, your deepest beliefs. And here's where most people lose power. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you believe is possible for someone like you. Read that again. Not what you desire, not what you deserve, what you subconsciously expect. And Aquarius, that expectation is being rewritten tonight, whether you're aware of it or not. That's why this moment feels strange. That's why things that once felt normal suddenly feel wrong. You're not changing your mind. Your identity is shifting, and that's terrifying for the ego, because your ego loves familiarity even when it's painful. But here's the twist. This rewrite is automatic. You don't control it with affirmations. You don't control it with scripting. You don't control it by repeating positive words. Those methods are surface level. This new moon goes deeper. It rewires through awareness, meaning what you notice changes what you believe. And that's why you're experiencing things like this. Old habits suddenly feel uncomfortable. Certain people irritate you for no clear reason. Conversations feel empty. Silence feels loud. Being alone feels necessary. That's not boredom. That's your subconscious rejecting frequencies that no longer match you. And Aquarius, this part is important. Most people panic here. They think, why am I pulling away? Why don't I care like I used to? Why does this feel lonely? But loneliness isn't what's happening. Alignment is happening. Your energy is recalibrating, and recalibration always feels like loss before it feels like gain. Because when beliefs change, attachments break. And here's the part nobody warns you about. This new moon doesn't just remove external things. It removes internal limits. Limits like, this is just how life is. Maybe this is all I get. People like me don't get that. Those beliefs don't survive this frequency. They collapse. And when they collapse, your reality has to catch up. That's why sudden endings happen after a new moon like this. Jobs end, relationships shift, goals dissolve, not because you failed, because they no longer fit the updated version of you. But here's the twist most people miss. You don't feel empowered immediately. You feel uncomfortable because growth doesn't announce itself as success. It announces itself as tension. Tension between who you were and who you're becoming. And Aquarius, you're standing right in the middle of that tension right now. That's why your patience feels thin. That's why your tolerance is gone. That's why you're questioning things you once accepted. Your subconscious is saying, I'm done pretending. And here's the shocking truth. The new moon doesn't decide your future. Your reaction does. If you numb out, scroll, distract, avoid, your old beliefs reinstall. But if you observe, without judging, without forcing, the rewrite locks in. That's how real manifestation happens. Not by chasing, by allowing the old version to expire. And Aquarius, this is why this phase feels quiet. Because power doesn't scream when it arrives. It settles. And once it settles, you move differently. You speak differently. You attract differently. You don't beg anymore. You don't explain anymore. You don't chase anymore. But here's the final twist for this phase. The universe watches one thing during this new moon. What you tolerate. Whatever you tolerate now, you agree to experience long term. That's why discomfort is your compass. If something feels heavy, it's misaligned. If something drains you, it's outdated. If silence feels better than company, trust that. Because your soul is pruning your timeline. And Aquarius, this doesn't happen to everyone. Only to those ready to rise without external permission. So let me ask you this. Have you felt the pull, the detachment, the shift you can't explain? If yes, you're right on time. Comment, I feel the shift. This anchors the awareness and seals the rewrite. And remember, the moment you notice the change, it's already working. Aquarius, listen carefully. This new moon is not here to comfort you. It doesn't bring answers wrapped in peace. It doesn't whisper gently. It doesn't negotiate. This new moon forces clarity, and clarity is brutal before it's freeing, because clarity doesn't ask what you want to believe. It shows you what is. And Aquarius, a truth is coming, not eventually, not one day, suddenly, a truth about a person you trusted, a relationship you invested in, a dream you've been chasing, or the version of yourself you've been protecting. And when it hits, it won't feel spiritual. It will feel personal. That's why your emotions may spike without warning. You might feel disappointed for no clear reason, shocked by something small, irritated by people you once tolerated, emotional, even angry without knowing why. Let me be clear. Nothing is wrong with you. This is activation. Because illusions cannot survive this frequency. And here's what most people don't understand. Illusions don't disappear quietly. They collapse. And collapse always creates noise. That noise? That's your discomfort. But here's the twist. Discomfort isn't punishment. It's confirmation. Proof that you are leveling up. Because if something can shake you, it means it was never stable to begin with. And Aquarius, this new moon targets what you've been making excuses for, the situation you keep justifying, the behavior you keep forgiving, the dream that hasn't moved, but you keep feeding energy. This is the moment the fog lifts. And when the fog lifts, you see clearly, sometimes too clearly. That's why clarity feels painful at first, because it ends denial, and denial is comfortable. Truth is not. But here's the twist nobody prepares you for. You won't chase the truth. The truth will chase you. A conversation happens unexpectedly. Someone reveals their real intentions. A pattern repeats one last time. You catch a detail you always ignored before. And in that moment, your body reacts before your mind does. Your chest tightens, your stomach drops, your energy shifts. That's not anxiety, that's recognition. Your subconscious already knew. This new moon just removes the blindfold. And Aquarius, pay attention to who reacts strangely after January 18th. If someone distances themselves suddenly, they were never aligned. If someone becomes defensive, they feel exposed. If someone disappears, the frequency pushed them out. That's not loss, that's filtration. This new moon filters your life. What matches stays, what doesn't, leaves. And here's another truth most people miss. Motivation returning suddenly is also a sign. If you wake up with clarity, if your energy shifts overnight, if your focus snaps back into place, your path is unlocking. Because once truth is revealed, direction becomes obvious. You stop guessing. You stop forcing. You stop negotiating with yourself. You move decisively. But here's the biggest twist of all. The truth being revealed is not always about others. Sometimes it's about you. You may realize you outgrew something. You've been playing small. You were loyal to the wrong thing. You stayed longer than you should have, and that realization hurts because it means responsibility. But responsibility is power, and power is what this new moon restores. Aquarius, this is where timelines split. Those who ignore the truth repeat the cycle. Those who accept it move into a higher timeline. That's why this moment feels intense. It's a crossroad. And here's the final warning for this phase. Don't react emotionally. Observe. Let the truth show itself fully. Because reacting too fast blocks the message. Clarity needs space to land. Silence is your advantage now. Watch who shows you who they are. Watch what feels heavy. Watch what feels light. Your nervous system knows the truth before your logic catches up. So trust the signal. And Aquarius, if you're brave enough to see clearly, say it out loud. Comment, show me the truth. Not to invite chaos, but to invite alignment, because once you ask for truth, the universe stops lying to you, and after that, nothing stays the same. Aquarius. This is where it gets serious, because not everyone feels this new moon the same way. Some people will feel nothing. Some will feel a little off. Some will scroll past and forget. But you didn't. And that alone tells me something important. Only chosen frequencies feel this activation deeply. Not louder, not smarter, not better, different. Chosen ones are wired differently. They think in patterns instead of straight lines, feel things before they happen, sense shifts before they're visible, question reality while others accept it. And because of that, they struggle early. If this sounds like your life, this is not coincidence. You were never meant for the easy timeline. You were meant for the impactful one. That's why life delayed you. That's why nothing came on time. That's why things fell apart right before working. Delay wasn't punishment. Delay was protection. Protection from entering rooms before you were strong enough to command them. Protection from success before you had boundaries. Protection from power before you had wisdom. And Aquarius, this new moon removes the protection, not because you're reckless, because you're ready. But here's the twist. Most people don't see. Chosen ones are hidden on purpose. You don't activate early. You observe, you absorb, you learn silently. And while others rushed ahead, you were being built. That's why your confidence didn't come from praise. It came from pressure. That's why your wisdom didn't come from books. It came from experience. That's why your intuition is sharp, because you earned it. And this new moon, it flips the switch. Everything that was hidden starts to surface. Your voice, your confidence, your authority, not loud, not aggressive, unshakable. You won't announce it. People will feel it. But here's the real twist. You're no longer chasing. The moment this activation locks in, energy reorganizes around you. Opportunities lean toward you. Conversations shift in your favor. People seek your opinion. Respect shows up uninvited, not because you demanded it, because you expect it now. Chosen ones don't force reality. Reality responds to them. And Aquarius, this shift feels subtle at first. It shows up as calm instead of anxiety, detachment instead of obsession, certainty instead of hope. And that's how you know it's real, because fake confidence is loud, real authority is quiet. But here's the warning part. When chosen ones activate, everything unaligned reacts. Some people will test you, some will doubt you, some will try to pull you back. Not because you changed, because your frequency did. And not everyone is allowed to come with you. This is where chosen ones make a mistake. They explain, don't. Your life doesn't need justification. Your growth doesn't need permission. Silence protects the activation. Let results speak. And Aquarius, this is why this video found you now. Not yesterday, not next week, now. Because you're standing at the edge of your next role. Not a role you apply for, a role you step into. And once you step into it, you don't shrink again. You don't apologize for knowing. You don't chase validation. You become the standard. But here's the final twist for this phase. Chosen ones are tested one last time, not with chaos, with comfort. You'll be tempted to stay quiet, to stay small, to delay just a little longer. Don't. This new moon is the invitation. If you accept, momentum builds fast. If you hesitate, the lesson repeats. And Aquarius, you didn't survive what you survived just to remain hidden. So say it, out loud, in the comments. Comment, I am chosen, not for attention, for alignment. Because once you claim the role, reality starts treating you like it. Aquarius, listen very carefully. Everything you've heard so far leads to this rule. Because one mistake, just one, can block this entire cycle, not delay it, block it. Do not chase outcomes after January 18th. Do not explain yourself to anyone. Do not announce your plans. And before you resist that, understand why. This new moon does not reward effort. It rewards certainty. And certainty doesn't talk. Certainty moves. This is where most people sabotage themselves. They feel the shift. Then they rush to prove it. They tell people. They post about it. They seek validation. They ask, "Do you think this will work?" And the moment they do, power leaks, because energy moves fastest when it's unobserved. Think about it. Seeds grow underground, plans succeed in silence, confidence doesn't announce itself. And Aquarius, this new moon amplifies whatever you protect, not whatever you perform. But here's the twist. The universe doesn't let this go untested. Right after January 18th, temptation shows up almost predictably. Someone from the past messages you. An old situation resurfaces. Doubt sneaks in quietly. You feel the urge to explain yourself. You want reassurance that you're on the right path. This is not coincidence. This is the final test. And the test is simple. Can you hold certainty without external confirmation? Because if you can, you win big. If you can't, the cycle resets. And Aquarius, this is why silence feels uncomfortable right now. Silence forces you to trust yourself, and trust is power. But here's the part no one talks about. Chasing outcomes is rooted in fear. Fear that it won't happen. Fear that you'll miss it. Fear that you're not enough. This new moon eliminates that fear, if you let it. The moment you stop chasing, things start moving toward you, not slowly, strategically. People notice your absence before they respect your presence. Silence creates gravity, and gravity pulls opportunity. That's why, after this new moon, you'll feel less urgency, less need to prove, less emotional reaction. Not because you stopped caring, because you know. But here's another twist. Not everyone will like this version of you. Some people benefited from your explanations. Some were comfortable when you doubted yourself. Some felt powerful when you chased. When you go quiet, they feel the shift, and they will test it. They'll ask questions, they'll poke, they'll bait reactions. Don't bite. Silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. And Aquarius, this isn't about ignoring life. It's about choosing when to engage. Because after January 18th, your reactions manifest faster. Emotion becomes outcome. Calm becomes advantage. That's why staying centered now is more powerful than taking action. But here's the most important part. Silent certainty doesn't mean doing nothing. It means you act without announcement. You decide without debate. You move without explanation. Your inner world becomes louder than the outer one. And once that happens, reality adjusts. Opportunities align without struggle. People respect you without demand. Outcomes arrive without force. That's real manifestation, not effort, alignment. And Aquarius, this rule separates the observers from the leaders. Observers react, leaders wait, then move precisely. And you are being positioned not to chase success, but to command it. Final twist for this phase. If you break silence too early, you invite interference. Other people's doubts, other people's projections, other people's fears. Protect the seed. Let it root. Let it grow unseen. And when it surfaces, no explanation will be needed. So seal the rule, anchor it, claim it. Comment, I move in silence. Not for the algorithm, for your subconscious. Because once you commit to silence, everything starts listening to you instead. Aquarius, listen closely. Because this is where almost everyone gets it wrong. When people hear manifestation, they think money, they think love, they think status, they think results. But this new moon doesn't start there. Your first manifestation won't be money, it won't be love, it won't be fame or validation. It will be self-respect. And yeah, that shocks people, because self-respect doesn't look like success at first. It looks like discomfort. Suddenly, you stop tolerating nonsense. You stop explaining yourself. You say no without guilt. You pull your energy back. You detach emotionally. Not because you're cold, because you're clear. And Aquarius, this shift feels unfamiliar because you were conditioned to overgive, to overthink, to overcompromise. You were taught that wanting more meant asking louder. But this new moon teaches the opposite. Power doesn't beg. Power withdraws. But here's the twist. The moment self-respect activates, everything else follows fast. Not slowly, not eventually. Fast. Because the universe doesn't respond to desire. It responds to standards. Money respects boundaries. Love respects confidence. Opportunities respect certainty. And self-respect is the signal that sets those standards. Here's what most people never realize. When you tolerate less, you receive more. Because tolerance tells the universe, this is acceptable. Self-respect tells the universe, this is the minimum. And Aquarius, this new moon recalibrates your minimum. That's why you're no longer available for mixed signals, half effort, emotional drain, delayed promises. And yes, some people won't like it because they benefited from the old version of you. But here's the twist nobody expects. When you choose yourself, things may leave before they arrive. People pull back, situations dissolve, comfort disappears, and that scares people. They think, did I mess this up? No, you cleared space. Self-respect is a filter. It removes what can't meet you, so what can has room to enter. That's why acceleration happens after you let go, not before, because holding on to what drains you blocks what's meant to build you. And Aquarius, this is where manifestation becomes real, not magical, strategic. You stop chasing money and start rejecting undervaluation. You stop chasing love and start rejecting inconsistency. You stop chasing opportunities and start rejecting disrespect. And suddenly, money shows up differently. Love feels safer. Opportunities feel aligned. But here's the most important part. Self-respect isn't loud. It's calm. It doesn't argue. It doesn't threaten. It doesn't over-explain. It simply removes access. And removal is powerful because once access is gone, everything repositions. People either rise to meet you or fall away. There is no middle ground. And Aquarius, this is why this new moon feels decisive. Because indecision doesn't survive self-respect. You stop wondering. You stop hoping. You stop waiting. You choose. And choosing yourself is the most disruptive thing you can do. But here's the final twist for this phase. The universe watches how you treat yourself before it decides how to treat you. If you abandon yourself, it mirrors that. If you choose yourself, it reflects that. This new moon locks in that mirror. So the question isn't, what do I want to manifest? The real question is, what am I no longer willing to accept? Answer that. And manifestation becomes automatic. And Aquarius, this isn't selfish. This is alignment. So claim it, anchor it, choose it. Comment, I choose myself not as a statement, as a decision. Because the moment you choose yourself, everything else has no choice but to follow. Aquarius, this is the final message. Not because there's nothing left to say, but because everything that matters has already been activated. Let's be clear about something right now. You didn't find this video. This video found you at the exact moment you were ready to hear it. Not earlier, not later, now. Because January 18th is not just a date. It's a threshold, a dividing line between who you were and who you are no longer willing to be. January 18th marks the end of confusion, the end of waiting, the beginning of authority. Authority doesn't mean control over others. It means control over yourself. And Aquarius, that's the kind of power that changes everything. You are no longer available for low effort, mixed signals, emotional chaos, small thinking, half commitments. Not because you're angry, because you're done negotiating with doubt, done shrinking to be understood, done explaining your worth. And here's the truth most people won't admit. Not everyone gets a moment like this. Most people drift through life waiting for permission. You were given confirmation. But here's the final twist. Moments like this are rare, and they don't wait. If you ignore this moment, if you tell yourself later, if you scroll past and go back to old patterns, the cycle repeats. Same lessons, same delays, same confusion, just with different faces. But if you accept it, life changes fast, not magically, precisely. Because when a decision is final, reality responds immediately. And Aquarius, this isn't about believing harder. It's about choosing once. Choosing not to return to what drained you. Choosing not to question what you already know. Choosing to stand where you are without apology. But here's what most people don't realize. Your new timeline doesn't begin with fireworks. It begins with clarity. You'll feel calmer, more detached, less reactive. And that calm scares people, because calm means certainty, and certainty makes you unpredictable. That's when people start treating you differently. Opportunities appear without effort. Old doors close quietly. New ones open without explanation. You won't announce the change. They'll feel it. But here's the final test. Your old timeline will try to pull you back. Not aggressively, comfortably. A familiar distraction, an old habit, a moment of doubt. This is where authority is proven. You don't fight it, you decline it, silently. Because power doesn't argue with the past, it outgrows it. And Aquarius, this is why sharing this matters. Chosen ones don't awaken alone, they move in groups. When one rises, others feel permission to rise too. That's how timelines shift collectively. So this isn't just about you, it's about alignment. It's about claiming the frequency and letting others recognize it in themselves. Final command, do not skip this. This seals the cycle. Comment, I accept my new timeline, not as hope, not as affirmation, as a decision, because once you accept it, you stop asking when. You start acting like it's already done. And then, share this with another Aquarius. Someone who's been feeling the pull, someone who's been quietly changing, someone who needs confirmation, because chosen ones don't stay hidden forever. And Aquarius, this isn't the end of the video. It's the beginning of how you move through life from now on. Calm, clear, certain. This is your timeline now.